gosh, there was an attempted audit on my financials when I was first elected. That was pretty stressful. You guys remember I was on that makeover show? It caused a big stir. I mean, when you write your life goals, I wrote mine as a journalism student when I was at Durham College, and one of my life goals or my bucket list was make the top page front fold of the Toronto Star. Now, see, the important thing when you do these types of bucket lists is that you apparently need to be very specific, because I did make the top page front fold of the Toronto Star, but it wasn't with me as a byline doing a news breaking story or something related to journalism. I was actually the focus of the article. I was called Snaggletooth in the beginning. My grandmother pretty much thought I was going to jail after reading it. That was when I was first starting too. So I mean, it's just all been a roller coaster since then. But I would say one of my biggest hurdles was when I was pregnant, and when I announced that I was pregnant, and it was really supposed to be a happy time. It was difficult because there was no provisions in the Municipal Act for young women like myself and other women across Ontario. I was the first in Durham, first in Oshawa to be pregnant on council. And there is a lot of pressure and a lot of expectations, and also a lot of people got really mad. I remember when I announced, the emails started flooding in saying that I should have kept my legs shut, that I should resign, that I have no business being in office if I want to be a mother, that I can't have both, that I shouldn't be an elected official and also be a mom. And I don't know, you're already pretty emotional when you're pregnant, and you're going through a whole bunch of stuff, and we had almost suffered a miscarriage with my daughter, and I had a few other miscarriages. But that was stressful. That was a stressful time when it was supposed to be a happy time. And then I had my daughter, and I had to be back at work 3 weeks after she was born, reading agendas and asking questions and doing my job. And so I took her with me, and I strapped her to me, a nice little carry-on, and try my best to do my job and be a mom. And it inspired a lot of women, but it also incited a lot of hate. And it became very clear. I think it was about 2 weeks after my daughter was born, someone called Children's Aid. And I remember in that moment, I wanted to resign. That was it. I was going to give up. There's just been so much stuff, like stalking and, just lots of personal stuff that happened just from being in politics that I didn't see or I didn't really see other colleagues going through the same sort of stuff that I was having to endure just to represent you guys. And so when Children's Aid was called, I almost quit. And I remember calling John Henry, the mayor, and I said, I don't want to do this. I can't. My family's at risk now. I had a 2-week-old baby. I was still recovering from birth, and these people thought that I didn't deserve to be a mom and be in politics. And John Henry, regardless of, how many times we battle it out on council or what people think of him, he said to me, not going to let you do that right now. Just take some time, and we'll be here when you get back. So I took the weekend. I think it was the weekend. It was a couple days I took. And then that bubbling up of, that passion that I've talked about started to really, just bubble to the surface. And the mama bear came out, and I said, no, I'm not going to give in. This is not the end of my road, or I'm not going to allow that to deter me or stop me. And so went right back into work and did my job and brought my daughter, and the mayor was super supportive of it, and the moms that came out and that were supportive of me, they became like my lifeblood when I was pretty much still postpartum and in government and dealing with a newborn. And my husband, of course, was also there from the beginning and never left my side and was always supportive.